Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to the You and I verse all temple for the sun, planets, moon, and stars. I'm your Lord of Hosts, Lord Messiah, and today we're gonna have the brother Stern Ma'at come in the building. I just sent the brother the link, and today, of course, we're gonna continue. The elevation, man. You know how we always go in. Um, so I'm trying to see what's going on, where he's at, what he wants to do as far as how I'm trying to make a confederation of nations. And what I mean by that is basically we could come together and because everybody got all these separate houses. We all got these different houses. We all got the Universal Republic of this, the International such and such of this, and da da da. I got the Universal Temple for the Sun, Planet, Moon, and Stars. I have my own international organization. Other brothers got their own. So we need to make a confederation of nations. You know how they made, like, back in the days, they made the League of Nations and all that. Peace to the brother, he in the building. you know, um, peace, peace. Yeah, I was just saying, I was just building on, how, like, we had the League of Nations. You know how they had the League of Nations, and saying they came together and they made a confederation of nations of all these different nation states, and then they became like a international, or like a universal, or yeah, well, rather say like an international force, because they were under international agreements. So this is the same thing. I think, like, people, I don't know if people have a concept of, when I say international, people thinking like, oh, that's like overseas or something like that. Like, no, international simply means interfacing of nations. You know what I'm saying? Nations that are interfacing with each other. So, like, the Nation of Islam is a said nation. The Nation of God's Earth is a said nation. The Nuwapian Nation is a said nation. The Moorish Nation is a said nation. All of these are said nations. So what I'm trying to say is that we instead of us with all this individualism and all this sectism and all of this da 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 da, because, like Malcolm said, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, we all, you know what I'm saying, we all could come together under this basis. You know what I'm saying? This is our commonality right here. So, you know what I'm saying? Understanding that, we could put all the sectism to the side and be like, okay, well, you're this nation, we're this nation, you're this nation, you're this nation. We're going to come together as international, nations interfacing with each other,
Right.
instead of being all standoffish against each
You
other.
hear me?
And each of these separate nations are on fucking separate plantations under the white man's fucking rule.
You hear
So
me?
what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Do you
Yes,
hear me?
sir. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get my mic on and stuff, so I didn't know you was hearing me or not.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay,
You in the
yeah.
building.
You're right about that. We already see. I think another problem is that there's already people on the same page. It's just we're not connecting. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are. We already on that same page of Confederation of Nations, and actually ascended to treaties as a body, politics, or through social trust or an ecclesiastic government. It's just we not connecting with each other. So it's a lot of egos that's preventing us from that confederation, bro. It's a
Yeah.
lot of egos.
Yeah.
And I see it because we in the middle of it with all these different Moorish bodies, and none of them seem to want to practice nationality, but they always want to say, you know what I'm saying, proclaim your nationality, declare your nationality. But when are we gonna practice it? Like, I run into my people all the time, and we're not trying to come up with a strategy to try to build together and try to come with something self-sustainable, off the grid or something, that we don't have to depend on these Europeans jurisdictional resources and shit. I think a lot of it I think a lot of it is based on we don't understand these concepts that jurisdiction is based in your status.
But what
So
you mean? What you mean? You talk about leaving, massa? What's better than what we got here?
no,
Leaving?
you're right. I mean, you're right. Right. They love the devil for giving them nothing. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. Hmm.
So I mean, the ego got to be, you know what I'm saying, left at the door, and we got to come together and sign this treaty amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? We have to sign these treaties amongst each other, bro. And that's one of the main issues, because we don't know where we stand as a people. We all divided. We all sected. You know what I'm saying? Applying sectarianism, right? Everyone want to gang bang, man. Ideological gang banging, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be doing that right now. We already got.
Right, parts of, you know, I do that, you know what I'm saying, as well in my own sense, but in a sense of like, it's not like I'm waging war against everybody or whoever is that. Like, for example, like if I say like something about like, you know, the Bible, and I go in on the Bible, it's for edification purposes, not to just down talk the Bible or down talk somebody's religion or whatever, but to show them like, yo, listen, there's mad contradictions in this. This is what you need to see, so you don't be fooled by this. You know what I'm saying? Discern it rightly. You know, don't just take it on face value. You know, stuff like that. So I'm doing it for the purpose of edification. And but you know, people, like I say, egos and dealing with emotions and being caught in their belief systems. A lot of times, their feelings get hurt when you contest their belief systems, you know what I'm saying, or what they believe.
Well, a lot of times you're not even doing that, and they just catch offense because they're ultra sensitive about what they so-called believe in or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
what think you're attacking them. I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking fucking white supremacy and how this shit got our people's minds so fucking caught up. That's what I'm attacking, not you, individual.
That's yeah. I got to tell my people the same thing. I'm not attacking. I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking the misconceptions. I'm attacking the ignorance. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come to a consensus with my people, really.
Right.
We're trying to come to a consensus. Well, what do we agree on? We always, because every time I get in a conversation, it's like, who got the most knowledge? Who know more than the other? And I'm like, no, that's not what we're supposed to be doing right now. We're supposed to be trying to work cohesively with each other right now. Try to build and try to see what could you do that you can bring to the table, and what's your, you know what I'm saying, power source that we can all use to move forward, bro.
Right.
I've been on that type of stuff.
Right. I was watching one of my old videos. It's like last summer I was in Harlem at this protest they was doing, and I was out there and I was, you know, talking, and a sister that came by. She was like, listen, I'm into politics. You know, I you know, I go to the, you know, the board meetings and this and that. And then she was like, you know, we got to get into politics, understand that. And I was like, yeah, what she was saying was right. Meaning, like, you got to actually know the system, understand the system to know how to work within it to try to get something done. Otherwise, you're just going to be, you know, she was like, and it's through that, not through just all of this. And she was subconsciously trying to get at me, like, bro, I'm out there documenting this thing and I'm voicing my opinions, like, but I'm not just a talker. You know what I'm saying? I don't just be out, like, you know, and I didn't want to get into it all that with that. I just took what she said, and actually I turned it toward the white girl that I was, you know, getting at too, or talking to too, because she was on the side with that, you know, Black Lives Matter, corny shit, like, you know, and I was trying to say to her, like, yo, listen, ma, y'all always out here trying to, you know, rally up all this racial tension, but when shit go down with the police, none of y'all is going to be out here fighting with the police and all of that. Right. We're going to be getting attacked. It ain't going to be y'all. So that's why, you know,
they exposed that a long time ago. It was Real Sisters. That's why a lot of people strayed from the Black Lives Matter movement, because they seen that it was a co-op, and people was coming in trying to act like they was down for so-called, but they was calling chaos and making it look bad on them. We was getting the credit for it. They were saying, oh, those were violent protesters, and it was people who wasn't even part of the protest coming in, you know what I'm saying, throwing rocks at the police, and, you know what I'm saying, trying to cause antagonize the police sometimes, and that wasn't even what the agenda. That wasn't the agenda. Right. A lot of times these people be coming in as infiltrators, bro. That's another thing. That's another way we're making a mistake if we're building a nation, bro. Because if people can come in and infiltrate us that easily, we're vulnerable as hell, bro.
At the same protest I'm talking about, because this is, see, my thing was what I was talking about was that how I was seeing how you know, they had that after the George Floyd shit had happened. Then now that happened in Minneapolis, you know what I'm saying, Minnesota or whatever. How the hell a couple days later, whatever, they got a protest happening in California and then another one in Georgia. And I'm like, these protests have nothing to do with what happened in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. A lot of this is
like what is this?
A lot of this is orchestrated by the enemy.
Exactly. And that's what I was trying to tell them. I said, yo, these protests are set up as fake protests to get us all agitated because they're really trying to cause a civil war. You know what I'm saying? And so forth, so forth.
Right.
You know what I mean? And all of that type of shit. And I'm like I said, they leave us to get all hyped up, and then when shit pop off with the police, we there to get beat down, and that white motherfucker just scattering and leaving. Oh no, let me get out of here. And you know what I'm saying? That's right, exactly. So like I said, that little bit of shit you seen on TV with the white boys up there fighting with the police, acting like they're fighting, they were paid actors. Antifa. We know who they are, funded by George Soros, the same motherfucker that funds Black Lives Matter and LGBT.
Check this out, bro. I'm watching this documentary right now called A Glitch in the Matrix, right? And the whole documentary is about how it's a simulation, right? But they're talking about a computer simulation, right? What we're talking about is a simulation where they're actually orchestrating events in public to make it appear like something's going on when actually they constructed it. They orchestrated that. They made that shit. We got evidence that paid actors was at some of these protesters. We got evidence that they have paid actors at some of these so-called false flag events and shit. So that's what I'm looking at as a simulation. Everything that look at this whole COVID thing, right? This COVID can be really nothing more than newscasts,
right?
And newspaper casts. Right? It's really. But they can manufacture this whole thing, bro. That's what I mean by simulated reality. They're manufacturing all of these events. They're manufacturing this so-called false flags. They do false flags, and then they wait for the reaction, and then they come in with their solutions and shit. It's all simulated. It's all orchestrated.
Right. What they call a psyops.
Right.
PSYOPs, you know what I'm saying?
Right. 9/11 to this day, we just had the anniversary, and people are still going by the official story as if it's not obvious, bro.
Right.
That's crazy.
Even though a lot of the motherfuckers know the fucking truth, they still just sitting there enjoying the white privilege. God bless America.
The zombies. Zombies, bro. They zombies. They brain dead. And it's like remember when I thought that was 2008, right? They had the bailout, and they had to bail out all these big banks and shit. And their excuse was the banks are too big to fail. That's the mentality they're trying to push on us, right? Is that the government is too big to fail. So we have to just allow the corruption to keep going on. We have to allow the fact that it's de facto. We have to allow them, and no matter all the corruption going on, all the what they call cronyism going on. No, they're too big to fail. What else are we gonna do? And that's where we come in, brother. Because that's what they finna start asking once this shit collapse. It collapse. They're gonna ask, where can we be protected under international law? Right. You understand me?
Right.
Because this shit is you weren't protected under that in the first place. So stop it. Right. Stop it. You're not.
See, now this is why I want to go back into the treaty handbook and show people how to accede to treaties, because like I said, we be drawing up all this paperwork and saying that we are in use of this treaty and that treaty, and no, man, there's a proper way to accede to treaties. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm under this treaty," and you under this treaty. Says who? You? No. You have. There's a process of how you go to get into international agreement or international alignment with these treaties, not just by putting it in your paperwork and saying, "Oh, I'm under the treaty of this and treaty of that and da da da," and once again, I keep saying, a lot of people don't like this when I say this, but we have to know that there's a higher depository than the secretary of state. See, and when you do the knowledge too, man, a lot of people, that's what it is maybe to them. Like I said, a lot of people not really ready to fly. A lot of people not really ready to get out of this state matrix, as we say. We keep saying this, come out of her and all of that. A lot of people really not ready to come out of her. We are still comfortable in the state. You know, with this way of living, and well, you know, I work, I get my bill, I pay taxes, I did this and then, you know, and this whole annual thing and how they got it set up.
Yeah,
and,
they invested.
You know what I'm saying? Right. We in years we've been invested into. And even myself, and like I said, and see, this is why, like, they got things, somebody's putting out videos talking about how to destroy the birth certificate. And you don't, what are you talking about, destroy the birth certificate? You don't want to destroy that. That is where the so-called estate is. So if you're destroying that or just totally disregarding that, then what are you doing? You just now, okay, well, I got rid of that. Now I'm free on the land, but you ain't got shit. You don't own shit. You ain't got no equity, no nothing. And then all of this, like I said,
not necessarily.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like, until we get self-sufficient as a people to where Black people even trust in each other enough to even deal in actual business and actual commerce, you know what I'm saying, with each other, so where we could be self-sufficient. Because still to this day, we think the white man's ice is colder. So, you know, I mean, all ice got to be at a certain temperature.
I disagree. I disagree with the birth certificate statement you made. I don't agree with that, because our estates are within us, right? It's within us, not on that damn birth certificate or that. So that has cheated and and now it appears to be that represents your estate. No, you represent your estate. You are the estate. Well, part of the estate is basically how they say, own up to your behavior. Now, people don't understand that your behaviors, you actually own them. So how you're moving, like we saying, the structures that we're building, that's countering their claim or their presumption of jurisdictions. Right? So that's what I'm saying. This is how we're effectuating the estate right there. We're actually expressing the estate by moving in a private capacity and operating as such that we are the executors. We're operating as the executor. So, of course, because we have made decisions prior to us becoming to a state of maturity that contracted us with the state, our shit is in probate. You understand me? Right. Our shit is in probate right now. Right? Those who haven't corrected their status on the record, their shit is in probate, basically. So you would have to step into the executive position. That's it. Long as you operate as the executive, you make the decisions on your estate. They have no authority.
But listen, what I'm saying, as far as the birth certificate and you being able to use any equity from that, because what I'm trying to say is your vested interest in that particular estate that they may have set it up and all of that, blah, 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 but you do have a vested interest in it. It's all the labor.
Yeah, you got supreme interest.
You know what I'm saying?
You got supreme interest in it.
All your labor you've been doing all your life. That's all your interest in that particular estate. So what I'm trying to say is that through the reversion of the estate or through the counterclaim of the estate is how you can bring it into your private, capacity or private execution.
Right. But if
it's stuck out there, floating out there in the public, where it's, as you say, in probate, then it's going to stay in probate. So what I'm trying to say is that people talking about just destroying all of that together and just, I'm going to just detach myself from that. You can detach yourself all you want. They still got a same system in place, and they still eating off that old straw man name, regardless if you change your name or not. They still have that entity existing, and they can always tie you, the physical person, back to that. You know what I'm saying? So this is how they do that. That's the branding.
Well,
That's the you know, like back in slavery when they like we tried to escape and they said, nigga, you ain't never gonna get away. They branded your ass. And now if you try to run away and you got caught by another plantation owner, they had a and that was their form of full faith and credit back in the days where every slave owner had to honor the property of the other slave owner. So if you got caught in another plantation, they would have to transport you just like you get in another state, and they transport you back to another state or deport you back to another country or some shit, because you're owned by that domestic capacity. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
you have waived your birthrights. More, I wouldn't say you owned. I would say you waived your birthrights and you operating in a servitude condition. Right. And now a lot of times everything that we're broadly labeling as slavery was not slavery, bro. It was actually indentured servitude, and that's a whole nother different thing. We got to understand that a lot of a lot of it was what they was calling sharecropping, right? Where the European had all the tools and the resources to field the land and cultivate the land and everything, and they will sell shares of their land, the indigenous people, because you got to realize the Europeans changed the language up. This is the problem, brother. We're under constructive language.
Right.
A lot of why we're operating in a certain way is because we're in a mindset that's constructed by the Europeans. It's colonial mindset. It's called linguistic genocide, and it's called linguistic apartheid, meaning they've been able to construct because we, like you said, think their water is wetter. So we look at them as an authority. We look at them as the leaders in our life, and we have adopted their worldview. So as a result, we have totally strayed from our birthrights. We have totally strayed because the birthright is in our activity, bro. That's why I kept trying to keep telling people. And those accounts that they have created, banking off of our estates, yes, we have supreme interest in it. But guess what? Those things are failing right now. If we were going to depend on that monetary system, it already is in default. It's already if you are attaching yourself to that birth certificate, Social Security, you're actually a co-surer tied to the national debt, bro. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying, me personally, we don't need none of that shit, bro. What we need is for us to have political unity. If we have political unity, meaning where do people stand? Because that's what's gonna determine what laws are applicable.
Well, the thing is, see, look, this is why they killed Omar Gaddafi, because he had the real solution to really gaining back sovereignty on the land and of the land was through a resource-based economy. A resource-based economy. He had control of the resources of his land. Therefore, he was able to control the economy. You know what I'm saying? See, in the U.S., what they do is they have what they call spheres of influence. They set up their military.
They got political interest.
You know what I'm saying? And they take over lands, just like they talk about this war with Afghanistan and all that. Man, they just went over there to take over the poppy fields and the kush fields.
They just went over there to secure their political interest.
You know what I'm saying? So now when they legalizing all this weed over here, where do you think they're getting it from? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all these pharmaceutical drugs they put in the poppy in, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about those resources that they took over that land.
But guess what?
So the thing is that
you're making
one second. When you got control of the land and the resources of the land, that's when you have real control, because that's where everybody's eating from. That's where the source of life is coming from.
I'm glad you said that, brother. I'm glad you said that, because you're making my argument. The fact that we have just singulars rights to the land by blood.
Right.
They know that
some blood to really hold that down. That's what I'm trying to say. And we're not in a military position.
No, but listen. Let me finish.
Our barrier.
You right. You're exactly right, because all the land, what Noble Drew Ali referred to as the vast estate, right, is all of the Americas, all of what we're referring to as Africa, and everything like west of Europe, everything west of Europe. I mean, yeah, that would be west because Africa would be considered west of Europe, right?
Basically, the five continents.
It will be east.
Australia, Antarctica.
Everything east of Europe is part of the vast estate. So what I'm saying is, all of that is our land already. I'm talking about if we claim it under the consanguinity birthrights, right? Which we know through real study of history we were the royalties of the planet through the birthright. I swear that's if we understand that right there, bro.
What I'm trying to say is, God, believe me, I thoroughly understand that. What I'm trying to get people to understand, understand, and overstand is that we are dealing with a live grafted devil who will put up all his military force to say, I know you're the ruler, you're the true owner of all of this shit. But guess what? I'm running this shit right now. So,
I'm not
if you want to get back in that position where you say you the Saint Julius and all that,
but listen,
you have to defeat my military. And
listen, I'm not suggesting.
We're going to keep on running this shit. How the fuck we running it, whether it's de facto or not, whether you could say we not the right rulers, we in dishonor, we da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
guess what? We don't give a fuck.
I hear you. Guess what? All of that is coming to an end. That bravado that they got, and that's not because they don't rule. They rule the third dimension. I'm not giving up. They rule the third dimension. I'm not. And that's not why I'm trying to. I'm not. Listen, let me finish. Let me finish.
The metaphysics, man.
They rule the third dimension, bro. And I'm not trying to even fight them. I'm not even trying to fight them on a third dimensional level, bro. You feel me? What we're doing is higher than the third dimension, bro. So we got to. If we're gonna continue to approach them from a third dimensional perspective, bro, that's what we're gonna always say. Oh, they got these big militaries, and guess what? That shit don't matter to Haiti. That shit didn't matter to the Gully Wars that went on. They didn't care about none of that military shit.
They had the same type of military, the same type of technology they had.
No, I'm not saying no technology. That's what you keep on referring to. You keep referring to physical reality, which is an illusion, bro.
No, bro, physical reality is not an illusion. Right now, if you walk outside the door,
it's an illusion. It's a figment of our mind. But it's an illusion because we're not engaging.
All right,
we're not engaging in creating the reality. We're allowing somebody to program us to create the reality that they want us to create. So what I'm telling you is that's how frivolous the third dimension actually is. We're creating this shit. So we can what we're seeing that the devil is nothing but our lower selves. So the devil is just nothing more than a reflection of our collective consciousness.
I'm about to say that collectively we are in that lower self. You know what I'm saying?
So you're making my point. So we got to advance. I'm saying we keep looking at it from the three-dimensional orientated reality that the European is on. We're multidimensional. We have to approach it from a multidimensional perspective.
Yeah, God. Listen. You might know that, I might know that, a couple of people might know that, but the collective of our people are not there.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't need. We don't need a collective. We don't. Let me feel it.
It does matter because listen, our mind, all is mental, God. All is mental, and the majority of our people are thinking on a certain.
They're automatons. No.
That's what's causing the vibration in the universe. You know what I'm saying? So when we wash our brains and start thinking on a different level, a different vibration, then we could change the course of things in the universe. Right now, we diluted, tampered, mixed, we poison. So we're not thinking pure thoughts. We're not thinking.
I agree.
You know what I mean? To radiate us to that degree. We eating swine, niggas smoking cigarettes. Whatever. But we doing all kinds of shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
I agree.
That's breaking us down. You know what I'm saying? So, It's gonna be a while before we get there. So
none of that.
What I'm gonna say is that I'm not the type. Listen, I want to bring all of our people, man, but some of our people, sad to say,
it's not happening.
We get left behind, bro. That's a fact.
I was there too, brother. I ain't gonna lie.
And we're wasting our time thinking that everybody is gonna get on board. Everybody's not. You know what I'm saying? They're not.
But you just contradicted yourself.
How?
You just said that, if a lot of people don't get on this vibration, that they can't. Yeah. No, but listen, I disagree with that. I think once we get on the vibration, right, and start living that, the whole universe. Listen. We've been
showing improvement. Let me finish. Still runs a false god.
Listen. Anybody who's still vibrating below the heart chakra, when the whole universe itself is going to a higher vibration. So you can stay lower on that lower vibration all you want. We're ascending to a higher vibration. Those are the ones that's going to get left behind. Guess what? They may need some more time to evolve and shit. But if we're still going to look at this shit from a three-dimensional orientation, bro, that's exactly what we. Now I'm looking at it.
The only ones that's really getting on that high dimensional like that is like the Buddhist monks and shit, and the motherfuckers that's like detached from society and they just in nature somewhere and really getting their fucking chakras in tune. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do it all the time in the city, bro. I actually literally seen my chakras in the air. I seen these multi colored dots in the air, right? And I can only assume that, goddamn, I'm looking at my chakras. You understand me? So we evolving, regardless of all of humanity is going to evolve to this level, regardless if they want to or not, bro. Why? Because it's beyond just human comprehension, bro. This is some beyond human comprehension. And this is what people don't realize, is that it don't matter. All of y'all are going to evolve to a higher level. Maybe y'all might say it's just how the physical world prior to us getting to this level was glimpsed, and we couldn't even see that physical world. Right. But now we're moving into something other than what we're just oriented, and that's all because of us evolving in our minds, bro. It's all a construct.
But let's not get too far out there in the mind that we get detached from physical reality, because knowledge, all is mental. Even, and I'll use this as an example.
Okay.
The physical world has to move in alignment with the etheric realm. And I'll give you a perfect example. During the winter time, if the birds in the north, if they stay up here in the north and they don't go down south where it's warmer, guess what? They're going to be up here in the cold. They're going to die off. They're going to be too cold and die off.
Okay, so
they didn't move with the course of nature, and they didn't do what they seen the other birds doing. Like, yo, let's go back, let's go down here because it's getting warmer now. We got to go down here where it's warmer. Y'all staying up here, it's colder. Y'all say, okay, well, do you? I'm going down here. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't go with the changes of nature, and therefore they died off. So that goes to show you, the physical world is directly in tune with the etheric realm. You have to be directly in line with nature. If not, you're gonna die off. So
well, you're right. I agree. I agree. The physical world is in tune with the unseen world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is we should use the unseen world as a guidance to how to manifest things in this world.
Right. But it's the science. Okay. We so caught up in this world that we don't see the unseen, so to speak. We don't know how to mentally detect the unseen to bring it into the physical reality. And what I'm trying to say is too that sometimes, like, believe me, I was to the point where I was seeing the inner realms of the sun. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever, been there. You know what I'm saying? But I was going into the sun. You know what I mean? And I had somebody tell me that same experience, and I was like, "Yo, word is born." I relate. I thought I was like maybe just me, like nah. But somebody told me the same thing, and it was like, "Yo, I was thinking into the inner realms of the sun," and I was like, "Yo, I was there too. I was singing the vibrations, like the vibes coming from the inner realms of the sun." That's where my mind was, and I'm like, now we can do that in our astral projection and things of that nature. And it's just like when we dream, like physically, our body is paralyzed, but our third eye is open, and we're projecting to see all things in the whole universe. This is why we can see certain things and draw things through the magnetic conscious in our dreams, that and then it comes true. And you be like, yo, I had a dream about this shit, and boom, and it came true. Because all is mental. So the mind is an all-seeing eye that can even draw things into existence before they even happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's the science of the Jedi in Star Wars and shit. He's so mentally in tune with the universe. He's like seconds above everybody. That's why he's so fast and can know what the person's gonna do before they even do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the science. So you know that makes us.
I think we putting too much emphasis on physical reality, though.
God, what I'm trying to say is, God, the physical is more greater than what we think. And what I'm trying to say is that actually
it wasn't great.
The spirit, like, for example, people say like things like this, right? Like from a religious perspective, people say, oh, well, the spirit created the body. Well, at the same time, isn't the spirit, the so-called spirit, or the energy that flows, the breath that flows through the body, isn't it dependent upon the physical? Because a so-called spirit or an energetic, energy is dependent upon a house, so-called. It has to house the energy, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know what I mean?
If anything spiritual wanted to present itself to physical beings, then it will be significant to them. But there are spiritual beings that have no interest in having a physical body, and still, you feel me? They have no interest in that. Like, they don't see the point in it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that let me see that physical reality is, to me, is not. I'm not saying it's significant, because it's like a school. It's teaching you how to do mental abilities, have mental ability. It's teaching you how to transcend these programs. Because to me, most of what we call physical reality is a program. So someone's controlling the program by controlling the mind of the collective consciousness. Right. We're creating this reality. Collective consciousness is creating this reality. So if we had some more time to like really reflect on ourselves and do some self-development, that's what I'm saying. If that's how we can lock this stuff down, if we really wanted to, and return to a state where we control this stuff. At the end of the day, we're out of control at this point because we're allowing ourselves to be out of control. You know what I'm saying? We have more power than we want to give in to. And that's what I want to say. Like you said, the physical reality is more important. And I think we are not putting emphasis on our actual power. I look, our minds are like quantum computers, brother. Right?
Yeah, on that.
I mean, that's just an aspect of how you can break it down. It's like a quantum computer, right? So we're actually computing at a molecular level where all of reality is both. It's like most people are questioning whether we're affecting reality with our minds, or reality affecting our minds with the shape it comes in, or the manifestation that come in. And it's both ways.
Right.
It's both ways. We have to understand,
because you are the universe and the universe is you. You know what I'm saying? The all in all. You know what I mean?
So once we master that, once we master ourselves, we master the universe.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole point.
It's a direct reflection. Like you literally are the universe. That's why they say the black man is God, because we are composed of all the elements of the universe in a supreme form of intelligence that can not only not be in tune with it, but can master certain elements of existence more than any other being that we know.
We're purveyors of the reality that we see. They got a experiment called the split particle theory. I mean, the split particle experiment,
and all of that,
where the particles actually reacting to the consciousness of the person who was doing the experiment, which showed that we are interactively creating reality, and reality itself is an entity that's interacting, that's in synchronicity with us in some sense. Like,
Exactly. So
When
that's what I'm saying.
I was watching that video,
the thoughts that you think are the thoughts that come into your environment. You think it, and
right?
it
We have to learn how to control our thinking. We have to learn how to, because we're actively participating in our reality, creating our reality right now. See, the point is, they know that. That's why they spend so much time trying to control our minds and shit.
Right.
Because they know we are control. We create reality. You know what I'm saying? Even if, like, individually, everybody is controlling their cipher, but on a collective level, we're controlling the bigger picture, right? We debate whether we're experiencing reality or is the reality experiencing us or whatever. So
to bring it right at that. So to bring that back into tie with what we're speaking about too. So the sense is that like I was saying, individually we can have all these separate groups and nations and but if we don't show the world a confederation or uniformity, then we're never going to be respected as any type of people. We're always going to be kept individual and powerless and kept divided so that others can have the unity. Because the European nations and all of that, they have all their differences. They fucking went to world wars. But what they realize is that internationally, globally, they are the minority. They know that.
Right. So they had to join forces in order for them to have some leverage.
Right. So at the end of the day, they like, you know what? Look, okay, we might got beef with you, but look, we're gonna put this clause in place to say that we're gonna keep at least a level of peace so that we don't, blow each other's heads off or blow each other's up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so if the fucking, how we say, oh, there'll be no peace among us. So if the devil could find a way to fucking come to peace, why the fuck can't we find a way to come to peace? You know what I'm saying? Like in global uniformity and shit like that, international agreement and so forth. And now, like I say, I'm not accrediting them with making up everything, because they didn't make up all this shit. We established all these governments and so forth and all of that. So I'm not accrediting them with this. I'm saying that they took the blueprint and they ran with it. And then they gained control of the fucking world off of our science. So,
listen, you got to this is what I give the European credit for. He know how to apply our science better than us at this particular point right now.
Because we're sleeping.
He know how to apply our science better than us. And that's the only mistake we're making. We need to start applying our science, bro. Period. Our ancestors left us with plenty of resources to defeat this crap, man.
Right. Like we can't see. They all want to look like us. You even see on Facebook, people got certain pictures. They want to put themselves up as a black man. Nigga, you ain't black. You know what I'm saying? But people they all want to be us, but yet we trying to be them. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is,
I think it's more we're trapped in their program, bro. It's like when they first approached us, when we was in our indigenous state, when we was even tainted by their reality and shit, a lot of us was curious to see what the hell this was. Because it was an alien to us, right? That curiosity is led to us getting to the point where we're indoctrinated, or not indoctrinated, but assimilated to their shit. Of course, Inquisition. Of course, colonization. All of these was war upon our people, man. They came with the intention of taking us out of the position that we was in our royal position that we in. Like a lot of times they would call us savages, right?
Right.
But then they was using our science behind closed doors and using that as a political means to demonize us to the rest of the general.
Peace. Pause up, guy. Peace. Yeah, bro. We in a meeting right now. As I just see what you was doing. If you want to join in, we about to go back. Actually, we was kind of just building right now, but I was about to go back into the treaty handbook and build on this accession and treaty information. This brother here, I'm building with the brother Stern Ma'at. He also got his own political body, and we're trying to come together to make a confederation of nations. You know what I'm saying? So we building on this topic now. And we've been going through the this and that, and why we can't come together. But now I'm trying to see what information do we have where we actually can come together. So We on that line right now. We on that vibe right now. I wanted to call you in the building too, because I know you got your own political body as well going on. So we kind of confederate, man. We're trying to bring things together, you know.
In order to do, listen, I said it to you when I made it simple. I don't know why people don't respect my stripes and the hours that I put in studying. What I'm trying to tell you is we grown men who've been treated like the lowest thing on the planet. All we have to do is open our mouth because we are the gods of this planet. Other people are from here. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like, whatever the fuck they ever said or wrote, it means nothing to us. We are lions. They are elks. They are goats. They are other species with their own kingdom and their own minds. Goats govern goats. Lions govern lions, and so on and so forth. So, you know, I already told you what my stand is on that. I'm telling you, all we got to do is just voice our opinion. That's it. That's all we got to do is just stand up.
Right as that. So now, what I'm presenting to that, as an add-on to that, is now, like I was going into the book, the treaty handbook, and how to get this.
Let me mention something though, brother.
Internationally recognized and internationally.
The only way we get it internationally recognized is we come together.
Right. So I wanted to mention something. Right.
That's the truth. We don't have to file any paperwork with these people.
Right, exactly. Thank you. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad. The only thing we would have to do, yes, I'm glad he said that. Man. I'm glad. Tell that brother thank you. Yes, thank you. Because once we join forces, they're frivolous.
Okay, so
God, listen. See, the brother is right on point, brother. That's just what I was about to say. One of the strengths that when he said we got to stand up and have some backbone and shit. I said I'm paraphrasing, but one of the things that we have to have bravery to do is have unity amongst each other. If we don't come together, I believe me personally, you a punk, Mom. You a punk because you scared that, oh, what if we come together? They're gonna declare war against us. So y'all scared?
Against us. We've been living
exactly.
So what the fuck is some more drama? Man,
exactly. Let's do it. Let's do it,
nigga. You got the stankiest fucking attitude, bro. Your mannerisms, your body language, man, it's just fucked up. I dealt with you before. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying to you, man. You got some type of arrogance about you, and you ain't even the air. Fuck you mean? I am angry. I'm angry about a lot of shit. I'm angry that your people help these honkies steal our culture and our identities. Instead of calling it Africa, y'all call it the Middle East now. What happened to Africa? Y'all stole it, and then when the honkies turned the wall, I know. No.
No, I definitely agree with that, brother. Though. Once we join forces, fuck what they talking about.
No, man, no, I don't want you to do that. No, man, you a man. I respect you. Hello.
All right, so check it out, right? I would ask both of y'all brothers a question.
Okay.
We always talk about we gotta come together, right? How many times have I called both of you brothers? And every time I call y'all brothers, y'all got all these things going on. I mean, people got their own life and all of that. But hear me out, hear me out. Yes. All those things, all these things. Yes, sir. But hear me out. So now, if we, the ones who have the information, if we can't even get it, our schedules in tune to be like, okay, well, we're going to make specific times where we're going to join together to get this information down packed get this together. You know what I'm saying? So forth and so forth. Hold on. Let me finish.
We need to get more serious at it because
bro,
the thing is this.
I'm the most. Hold, Paul. One second. Let me finish. If you haven't noticed, bro, I'm one of the most serious there is. I don't know if y'all been reading the information that I've been sending y'all, all this abundance of information that I've been sending to y'all. But all of this information is pertaining to nation building, how to formulate things. Even if we don't necessarily treaty with them, these documents I sent y'all have blueprints and formats on how you formulate things and put these things together. So when we talk about coming together, hold on one second. I'm gonna
say this is an example.
No, bro, I'm not. If you consider, what do you mean elaborate words? What are elaborate words?
I'm just saying, instead of saying, look, this is they gave us an example. Noble Drew Ali say, look, man, they're gonna be in power enough or long enough to show you how to run.
Okay, right. Okay.
We don't have to deal with the same principles. Behold, God make all things new. The people don't have a choice. The world never had a choice. What's been going on now is what they've been putting down. We have been born leaders of this planet. Every fucking culture on this planet get praise and homage to us for uplifting them and being the root of their motherfucking civilization. So the thing that I'm trying to say is that we don't need to reach the unlearned. Me, you, the brother that's on the phone with us, we can get this shit cracking if we got people that's really, all we trying to do is just make an announcement. That's it.
I'm ready to synchronize right now.
All right, so check this out. After you make this world announcement, right? Then what?
We stick to our square.
The celestial constitution.
So no, hold on, wait. Pause up. This is what I'm trying to say. So you mean to tell me that we could just make an announcement to the world and then say, this is what we're going to do, and then just do it?
Exactly.
All right, now hold on.
Why?
Because we the heirs and we the sovereigns and we the da.
Okay, what's your consensus about? I mean, your disagreement about what the brother's saying.
No, because what I'm trying to say is that, man. What I'm trying to say is that, man. I'm tired of hearing all of this. We're the heirs of the listen. Hear me out, bro.
It's the truth, though. Prove it wrong.
Okay, bro.
Prove it wrong.
That could be the so-called historic truth. But in this present day in time, that is not.
You don't have to telling lions what to do. You don't have jackals telling leopards what to do. Everybody has their own fucking kingdom and their own laws. Even militaries, they got their own system. They don't rely on the trees and others to do shit.
We talking about nature, bro. It's in the nature of it. We talking about returning to the original state.
So where are you gonna manifest this civilization?
Right here. This is our land, bro. This is our land right here. See, your mindset is thinking that the beast is more powerful than he actually is.
This is what I'm saying. Bro. This is what I'm saying. You wake up, right? Let's say you go to sleep tonight. You wake up, you in your house. I'm just using it as an example. You in your house, and all of a sudden you wake up, and there's some motherfuckers that's just occupying your house. They're telling you when to get, like you in prison. They're telling you when to get up, when to eat, when to shit, when to take a shower, when to do this, when to do that. They providing your meals, your this, that, all of that. Now, literally, whether we want to say we have our own home, we want to die, the society itself is a prison that we're living in, and they're providing that. We
have been tortured and every fucking mistreated.
So we know all of that, bro. Listen, bro. Like the guy at the store just said, man, you sound angry. What I'm trying to say is that
we solve this right now.
You have to mentally
solve this right now
in an intelligent manner.
This right now. If we could come up and synchronize with each other and agree upon this, how this discussion is going to even play out. Like, we can't talk over each other. right? We have to back up with sound facts any argument that we make. These are rules we can agree upon, right?
Okay, yes, sir. Let me back
so
this up.
So if we can agree upon,
let me back this something with facts. One thing I'm gonna back up with facts, and this is not about being scared, because when you know the meaning of the word military actually means intelligence. So when you're intelligent and you know the art of war, you don't gather up a bunch of troops with little like I said, you mentioned the Haitian Revolution, and
all we got is sticks and stones in our hands.
No.
Okay, everybody can. Nobody talk over nobody. Listen, stop. Nobody talk over nobody, and everybody got 5 minutes.
Hold on, God, come in on the thing. I'm gonna send you. You want to come in on that thing? I'm gonna send you the link so you can come in.
Because if we can't agree to rules to this conversation, that's contradictory. We're being contradiction. Because we have to agree on rules right now.
Yes, sir. Part of self. I'm gonna send the brother the link so he can come in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end this one. It's been going a little while. I'm gonna send y'all both a new link, and then we just come in on the new link.
Secret, man.
Y'all heard? I'm about to send a new link. All right, we're gonna come in on the new joint.
All
right. Peace, y'all.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it. I mean, it's really simple, man. It's really nothing to really chit chat about. Are we men or are we mice? That's what I'm trying to say. Look, man, if